Yo, what's up? It's your boy Dizzy, and we back with another episode of Halftime with Dizzy, man. Hope you had a safe and fun Halloween weekend. Lord knows I did. I mean, I'm still trying to recover from the way we turned up this past weekend, man. Dodgers go back to back. I mean, Bishop Vermont, they get a big win and get into the playoffs. UCLA had a bye, so they didn't lose. All right, the Lakers are playing good. I mean, things are looking good right now. A good weekend, all right? As far as this show, I almost ain't record this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I found myself saying, what the hell am I gonna talk about? I had no idea what I was gonna talk about in this show. But I made a promise to myself. I made a point and a goal to say I'm gonna be consistent. I'm not gonna miss a week. I'm gonna record every week, no matter what. And so here we are. Let's get into the game plan for this episode, man. We're going to start with the halftime headlines, of course. A 2-8 team made the playoffs, man. We got to talk about that a little bit. Some big trades went down at the trade deadline in the NFL, so we're going to react to that a little bit. Top 5 Teach Tape moments, man. I had fun doing that last week. I figured let's do it again. He's Diffie, some predictions, and, of course, the halftime speech to wrap it all up. And, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for the intro. This past weekend, I got hit up about some merch. Hey, Dizzy, man, let me know when you dropping merch. If you're interested in a Too Nice shirt, please hit me up, man. Let me know what your size is. It's going to run you about $30, all right? But an alternative way to get a Too Nice shirt is to hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, share this video, this channel with everybody you know. And when we hit 350 subs, I will be doing the giveaway with a Too Nice shirt, gift cards, all types of stuff to show my appreciation. I think we hit 250, so 100 subscribers away. Hey, I be getting around 100 views, each video. So if each of y'all hit that share button and share it with everybody, make sure everybody subscribe, we can hit 350 in no time, man. So whether you hit that subscribe button, that share button, hit me on the Cash App, open that checkbook, whatever it is.
Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions. Just give the money.
You have an opportunity to get you some Too Nice merch. Man, let's get into the show. First thing I'm going to talk about on the halftime headlines, man, high school football, at least in Southern California, they wrapped up their regular season this past weekend, and now we're moving into the playoffs. And one team in particular went viral for making the playoffs and has everyone scratching their head, and that's Upland High School. Their football team made the playoffs despite having a 2-8 record. Not only did they make the playoffs, they have a home game to start the playoffs. Not only do they have a home game to start the playoffs, there's a team, I forget what team it is. I'm going to put up some tweets and some videos and stuff, and I'm sure it'll say what school it was, but they went 9-1, won their league, and still didn't make the playoffs. So the first question I have is, CIF, what the fuck are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I mean, and it's probably an unfair question to ask because I don't even think y'all know what y'all are doing to allow a 2-8 team make the playoffs. But I want to start by saying this. Hey, man, this is a product of the participation trophy and everybody wins and everyone having fun and everybody should get a fair chance. That type of culture that's being built in this society, this is a product of it right here. You allow a team that only won 2 games to get into the playoffs. So I want to start by saying that. The next thing I want to say is this is a clear example of the CIF not having any real sort of system in place to determine who makes the playoffs. And it's embarrassing. It really is to have a 2-8 team make the playoffs. And I know they've made an emphasis on strength of schedule. We're going to really see if you deserve to make the playoffs based on who you've played. But I don't give a damn if they played the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Mater Dei, and Bosco. If you only win 2 games, your ass do not deserve to be in the playoffs, period. So I don't care how you try to slice it, how you try to justify it. There's no way that this is okay. And what's even more egregious is the fact that if you actually watched Upland play, you would see that they're not a playoff team. I'm sorry. I'm a grown man, and I don't mean to be dissing on no kids. I'm on record saying that it's more about the coaching than it is the players. Upland, they've been good in the past. They've produced some good players, but they just, they're not that team this year. They're not a very good football team. Some of it I do believe has to do with coaching, because I do think there are some athletes on that team, but that's another discussion that I can get into later. But I went to go watch Upland play Ahmad, and Ahmad went 6-4, and Upland couldn't even score a touchdown. I think the final score was 32-3. You can't use strength of schedule as a reason to put someone in the playoffs when they're not competitive. Upland was not competitive against the teams that they played against, so why should they be allowed to be in the playoffs? And on top of that, when you look at their strength of schedule, I did my own research, I did my own digging, and saw that the teams that they played, when you combine all their records, it's not even great. It's not even great records. I went through each and every team that they played and combined their overall record, and their overall record was 59-41. 41 losses among the teams that they played. Now, if every team you played was 8-2, 9-1, 7-3, cool. All right. I think I can give you a pass there. But 49 losses. No, sorry. 41 losses, 59-41. 41 losses. That's awful. One of them went 0-10 in Ayala, and that was one of the only games you won. So you're basically rewarding a team for 2 wins, with one of those wins being against an 0-10 team, while a team goes 9-1, wins their league, and can't make the playoffs at all. That is crazy. Clown behavior right there. That is ridiculous by the CIF, and they need to get their shit together, or else it's going to be more people just, I don't know, they're going to find a way to turn their back on CIF sooner or later. And I do have some sort of solution. To me, they need to build a model that's similar to the College Football Committee. And by no means am I saying they're perfect. Everyone's got problems with them too. But I think when you look at the fact that you have to win 6 games in order to become bowl eligible, that is something that the CIF should implement. Eligible doesn't mean you automatically make the playoffs. It just means that you have met the bare minimum. You have met the standard, the threshold that you need to meet, the criteria that you need to meet in order to make the playoffs. Doesn't mean you will, but you've met the, like I said, the bare minimum. And once you see, okay, 6-win team, now we go to strength of schedule. Here's an example. So a team like Servite in the Trinity League. If you have 4 losses and it's to Mater Dei, Bosco, Santa Margarita, and Orange Lutheran, then that strength of schedule is going to allow you to be in the playoffs, because your 4 losses are to 4 of the best teams in the country. And so that'll get you to avoid teams going out and saying, all right, we're going to just schedule 6 trash teams and then lose 4 games in league and still be in the playoffs. No, you still have to schedule good teams in the preseason and be competitive with those teams. But if you don't hit 6 wins, you ain't getting in. That's period. That should be the new slogan. No 6 wins, not getting in. Period. And again, the CIF, I think that's something that, again, that's not a flawless, model that they can go by. That's just something kind of off the top of my head, but I think that's a good start to have some sort of criteria met before saying, okay, you can be in the playoffs. But only winning 2 games and still being in the playoffs, that's god-awful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's move on to the next topic. Moving on to the NFL, man. Like I said, there were some big trades that took place at the trade deadline, and one of them had to do with the Cowboys, man. After a loss, Jerry Jones was like, there's a trade I can make, and I think I'm just going to make it. And we finally found out which trade that was. He went ahead and got Quinnen Williams from the New York Jets, one of their hold on, I got it. There. Oof, that was stuck right here. Excuse me, all right? I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I'm just going to roll through right now. That's just how I'm feeling right now. I'm just going to roll through right now. Cowboys went and got Quinnen Williams from the Jets, one of the best interior D linemen in the game. And how do I feel about it? I feel like Ray from a haunted house.
All right, cut it out. You're going to make it mad.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
And the reason I feel that way is because interior D linemen and edge rushers are completely different players. Yeah, they'll help you out in the run game. They'll help, clog those holes up the middle. But when it comes to the pass game, the numbers are nearly as impactful as those edge rushers, not even the ones as good as Quinnen Williams. And the Cowboys need a pass rusher, which is why they shouldn't have gotten rid of Michael Parsons. Like, come on, bro. You're trying to get interior D linemen to replace the product and the value that Michael Parsons brought onto the field every single Sunday. And so the pass defense is what really diabolical for the for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you had Jacoby Brissett looking like fucking Tom Brady against that Dallas defense, and you think getting Quinnen Williams in the middle is what's gonna help you out? No, it's not. Keeping Michael Parsons is what would be helping you out right now. They have a bad secondary. They don't have great pass rush. They don't have great linebackers, which is why they get torched in the pass game every single weekend. And sadly, Quinnen Williams is going from a bad defense to another bad defense, and he's not going to help you out much, all right? Let's move on to another trade. Another young star from the New York Jets. This time, he got an upgrade. He went to the Colts. Indianapolis Colts traded 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this one. A lot of people say that Colts got fleeced, this was a bad trade, whoop-de-whoop. But I believe the question that's going to really rise from this is seeing an all-pro corner go to a team that is already deemed one of the top in the AFC. The question is going to become, can the Colts now come out of the AFC? Can the Colts now dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs? Are they the best team in the AFC? And a lot of people are probably leaning towards yes, but me, I'm going to go ahead and say pump the brakes. And that's because I just saw Daniel Jones turn the ball over 5 times against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's alarming to me. It's alarming because to me, that was a big game. It was a big game because a lot of people looked at the Colts and said, okay, who have they really beat? Yeah, you beat the Broncos early on in the year where if it wasn't for a pre-snap penalty on the Broncos late in that game, the Colts don't win that game. The Colts lined up for a field goal. There was a penalty. They missed the field goal. There was a penalty by the Broncos. They had to re-kick. Colts make the field goal and win the game. Okay, you won that game. You beat the Chargers, who have been banged up all year. Justin Herbert had a rough first half, and you were able to take advantage of that game. But how are you going to do against a team that's rolling? That's going to be a bona fide playoff team because by default, Pittsburgh's division, Pittsburgh going to make the playoffs, okay? They're going to be in the playoffs. How are you going to do against them or against the Rams early on in the year? Well, against the Rams, you lost. And then against Pittsburgh on the road, big game, you turn the ball over 5 times. So the question to me becomes, which Daniel Jones are we going to get come crunch time? Come those big games, which Daniel Jones are we going to get? The one that we've seen in weeks prior that's looked like, dare I say, an MVP? Or the one against Pittsburgh that wet the bed? If we're going to get the Daniel Jones of old, the one that had Brian Daboll saying, get him the hell up out of here ASAP, this Colts team ain't going nowhere. They're just going to be the same team they were with Anthony Richardson. But if we can get this Daniel Jones from the first few weeks that looked really good, that was really efficient, that was on time with his throws, taking care of the football, then I think this Colts team can go far. But if, again, after seeing how Daniel Jones performed in a big game against the Pittsburgh Steelers against a good defense, which Pittsburgh's defense hadn't been playing great all year. But, again, good pieces on that defense. After seeing that, no, I wouldn't pick them to beat Patrick Mahomes and Spagnuolo's defense for the Kansas City Chiefs. Nah, that ain't happening right now. But I guess we'll see in a couple weeks when they play each other. Let me know what you think about those 2 big trades and other trades that went on around the league. And let's move on to a top 5. Top 5.
If you got a problem, take it up with my butt. He's the only one that gives a crap.
Like I said, this is top 5 Teach Tape moments yet again. I enjoyed doing it last week, man. Again, this gives me an opportunity to show that I'm able to break down film and really analyze what I'm seeing. But also, as a fan, it gives you an opportunity to appreciate what you're watching and know why that was a good route, why that was a good catch, a good tackle, a good throw, and things like that. And also, hopefully, while appreciating what made that play so great, it helps people now say, okay, maybe I shouldn't be so quick to call these players trash, because I'm going to be real. The plays I'm about to show you from this past weekend, I challenge any one of you that have not played football or think that playing football is easy, go out and try the stuff that I'm about to show on film and tell me if it's easy or not. Let's get into these clips, man. We're going to start in Detroit, man. There's really not much to draw up. Sam Laporta's right here. He's going to go right up the seam. Jared Goff is going to fire it to him. But I really wanted to show this clip to, again, talk to my young guns and talk to the parents out there of players in high school, junior All-American, or maybe even in college. it's not always about you and it's not always about your son. All right. Be a good teammate, man. If you see that your teammate is fighting and trying to make a good play, be there for him and help him out. And that's exactly what you see with the Detroit Lions on this play as we press play. Goff drops back, fires it over the middle. Laporta's there, gets wrapped up right about here. He's wrapped up, guy. And look, Amon-Ra coming in. J-Mo, Gibbs coming in late. Khalif Raymond came in. That's how you help your teammate win, man. My college coach used to say, when the team has success, individuals have success. It's not always about y'all, man. Let's move on to the next clip. The next clip takes place between the Bears and the Bengals, man. The Bears are going to run this toss play, and it's really just outside zone up front, which means guys are going to get to the next level. And I want you to watch Big 79 right here. Theo Benedict, second-year guy out of British Columbia. He's going to get to the next level, and he gets caught in a weird position here. Let's see, Caleb's making some checks. Ball snap, toss, and we pause it here. Look at 79 right there in the middle. That's, in a lot of ways, that's holding, all right? That is holding. But refs don't have a frame-by-frame vision, all right? They just see the play as quickly as we do. And the reason why I want to show this is because the reason this didn't get called for holding is that Benedict ends up moving his feet and adjusting himself in order to look like it was never holding. There was never holding there to begin with. And that's what you're supposed to do as an O-lineman. Move those feet, man. A lot of times O-linemen get called for holding because their feet and their hands are in two different places. Your hands are reached out, extended wide, while your feet are right underneath you. You got to move those feet, move those hips, and get matched up with the defender. That way you'll never get called for holding. Instead of this being holding, it's a touchdown. Moves those feet, and his running back gets in the end zone. Let's move on to number 3. This next clip, man, oof, my brother V gonna hate me for this one.
My little brother, I hate to say this, he gonna kill me.
He wasn't a fan of all the love that Marvin Harrison Jr. is getting for this play, but you gotta understand, V played defense back in the day. He was a headhunter, so he's gonna defend defenses every single chance he gets, man. But I'm going to show you, as an offensive guy back in the day, I'm going to show you why this was so masterful by Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's take a look at it. So Marvin's going to give a quick shimmy here off the line and go inside for this slant route. And all routes are won at the line of scrimmage with your release, especially on the goal line when the DB is going to put his heels in the ground and not let you go far because there's so little space to cover, right? So let's look at Marv's release. Ball is snapped. And pause it here. Look at how high he is. He higher than Giraffe Nuts right now. He starts off basically standing straight up tall. And the biggest giveaway for where a receiver is going and when he is going to break that way is when he drops his shoulders and when he bends those knees. So if we go slowly, boom. Look at that knee bend. Look at where his shoulders are. They're dropped lower, right? And look at what foot is planted, that right foot. A receiver is always going to go opposite of the foot that he plants. So if he plants this right foot, he's obviously going left, right? This is DaRon Bland, an all-pro corner. He knows this. He's going to study this all week. He done seen it a million times in practice against CD and George Pickens. So knowing that this is probably a goal line fade and that he's putting his foot in the ground and going this way, DaRon's going to put his foot in the ground and try to open up 45 degrees to go guard this jump ball, right? But Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to put his left foot in the ground so quick and cut to this slant that DaRon Bland is going to say, oh shit, and hit the stop, drop, and roll. Let's press play. Boom. Touchdown. Chef's kiss. Great release. This next clip, we're going back to Detroit, but this time it's a Vikings play. It's a tunnel screen here to Aaron Jones down here, and it's a great play against man-to-man, which it looks like that's exactly what Detroit is playing. So a great call by Kevin O'Connell here. The reason why this is a great play is because this guy is locked in here on Aaron Jones, so much so that he's going to follow him and have his eyes locked in on him and not even see the big old lineman coming out to destroy his ass. So you're going to get a runoff by your number 2 receiver, and Aaron Jones is going to run what we used to call a sit route. He's going to drive a couple yards upfield like he's running a fade and then come back down behind line of scrimmage. You have to catch the ball behind line of scrimmage since the O-linemen are going to be moving upfield past the line of scrimmage. The only way to make this a legal play is if you catch the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Aaron Jones is going to run that sit route, and you're going to get 3 O-linemen here fanning out. I don't even care about the other 2 motherfuckers. I want to keep my eyes on right tackle Brian O'Neill, a guy that's a veteran in this league that's done this a million times and knows he is licking his chops when he gets a chance to block some DBs, the same way that I was. Imagine Big Diz right here in the hip. We would run this play all the time, call it weak Bronco, and I would love every time we called it because that meant I got to go block a DB. And seeing how this play was executed and how this DB got blocked sent electricity through my body that I specifically felt in my shaft. Okay, so let's take a look at what happens. Like I said, Brian O'Neill's gonna come out here, and when you come out here to block a DB, you have to target this inside shoulder. Keep a lock on that inside shoulder at all times, because if you go to block where he's at right now pre-snap, you're gonna miss him. He's gonna make the play. If you come too flat, he can try to cut up over the top, and that's difficult for a big man to adjust. So you want to stay locked in on that inside shoulder, because if you stay locked up on that inside shoulder, when you come this way and he turns his shoulders, now his chest is up and you can just boom his ass like Brian O'Neill does on this play. Let's take a look. Ball snap. Aaron Jones comes back down. Pause it here. Look at O'Neal, already breaking down, has a beautiful angle. Look at that chest that's opened up to O'Neal. He's about to run right through it. Like I said, he's broken down, so he makes sure he doesn't trip. He doesn't whiff. He can redirect if he needs to. But most of all, he's making sure Dan Campbell and all his boys down here got some syrup for this pancake. Woo! That's how you block right there. That's how you supposed to block.
Now that's how you supposed to drive. From now on, that's how you drive.
We back in Dallas, baby. We back in Dallas, Cowboy fans. Where y'all at? All right. Pivotal moment in the game, 3rd and 12. Cowboys, they had just scored a touchdown and gotten a stop, so they're trying to climb back in the game. Got a little bit of momentum. The crowd's getting a little rowdy, okay? Dak Prescott trying to make up for the shitty first 3 quarters, so he doesn't want to make a bad mistake. So what does he do? He dumps it off to his running back right here, Javonte Williams. What's going to happen is Will Johnson, he's going to come down and he's going to put a good hit on Javonte Williams at the legs. And as somebody who used to get tackled a lot at the legs, when you get wrapped up and you're still standing up, you're trying to still pick the knees up, kick out of that damn tackle, and get some more yards. So that's what Javonte does. He's not going to go down easily. And when you're on defense, the first thing you're taught is first man wrap up, hold on for dear life, and let the rest of your guys come through and finish the play. The next thing you're taught is when you wrap a guy up, try and rip at that football. And let me show you. The way that you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wrap up here, and once you have secured this tackle and make sure that he ain't going nowhere with at least one arm, you got cloth here, you're going to take the other arm and you're going to try to strip that ball. And watch how this Cardinals defender does it perfectly. Let's press play. Prescott drops back, doesn't see nothing. Javonte, boom, good tackle. And then look at this. Oof, give me that shit, boy. Where you think you was going? You thought you was going to win the game? Oh my God, what a strip. Look at, let's get hype. Send them motherfuckers home. All right, look at he hype right there. Dak Prescott is can't believe that his running back just got stripped. Give me that shit, nigga. Fuck the Cowboys. Yeah. So those were your 5 Teach Tape moments, man, from this past week, and specifically in the NFL. Last week, I think I only did college, so this week I said, let's just do NFL. I hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed breaking it down, man. Let's move on to He's Different.
Wide open man. Flipped into the end zone by Jerome Simpson. Oh, goodness.
This week for He's Diffy, it's all quarterbacks, man. They showed up and they balled out in some big wins this week. First up, SMU's Kevin Jennings, 365 pass yards and 2 total touchdowns in an overtime win over number 10 Miami, man. I mean, Carson Beck ain't worth a damn. But I got to say this about SMU. I used y'all in NCAA last night online, and y'all ain't worth the fucking squirrel's fart. All right? But got a big win over a highly ranked team in your conference. Great job by Kevin Jennings and the SMU Mustangs, man. Let's move on to Owen McCown, quarterback, UTSA. I had this game last week. I covered it. Boy only threw 2 incompletions. Set the record at UTSA for most completions in a row. I think he threw like 16 passes that were completed in a row. Bro balled out. Tulane, they were on the rise to being a Group 5 playoff team, but UTSA put the BTA, and Owen McCown led the charge and made sure to put a stop to that, man. Shout goes out to him. He had 370 pass yards and 4 touchdowns. Like I said, only 2 incompletions, 31 completions and 33 total attempts, man. Shout out to him. Lastly, on He's Diffie, Walker Egan, quarterback, San Jose State. He been, a little pause on this, but he been slinging it all year. All right. He really has. Okay. 458 pass yards and 2 touchdowns in the win over Hawaii. Now, in my franchise at work on NCAA, I am Hawaii. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I won the conference championship. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I think these teams need to just start hollering at your boy. You know what I'm saying? And see what I'm doing and what sauce I'm providing to turn these franchises around. All right. Kevin Jennings, Owen McCown, Walker Egan. Those were the guys that were different this past weekend. Let's move on to some predictions.
One thing.
First up, as I mentioned, Bishop Amat Lancers, they're back in the playoffs, baby. They take on Marietta Mesa at the crib. I know Kiefer about to be rocking as they are looking to make a deep playoff run. If you didn't see my pregame interview with Mason Zertucci last week, he said if they go D3, they can win it all. And they are in D3, and they got to start with Marietta Mesa, who won it all in their division last year. So it's going to be an interesting game. And not only for the team, but for the Clinton family. It's a family affair this weekend. My little brother Justin going up against my cousin Kean Hendricks over at Marietta Mesa. It's going to be a fun matchup, but you bet your ass I'm picking the Bishop Amat Lancers to win this fucking game. I don't know what the fuck you thought. All right? If the Hendricks family is watching, sorry. Yeah, I mean, we could, we're going to chop it up and we're going to have fun after the game, but during the 4 quarters, Ryan Salcedo, the Ryan Express, as Mr. Haywood would say, he going to run all over y'all ass. Give me Bishop about to win at the crib, man. Next up, number 8, BYU taking on number 9, Texas Tech. I can't wait to see this game. This is going to be real good. Y'all know I love me some Texas Tech. Texas Tech and the Buccaneers are like my 2 favorite teams this year. I love them, bro. I'm going to take Texas Tech to win this game at the crib. Whether Baron Morton's playing or not, I don't give a fuck. Texas Tech going to win this game, all right? Moving on to the NFL. Browns at the Jets. The toilet bowl, all right? 2 shitter franchises. Give me the Browns, all right? The Jets are simply saying, fuck this, all right? That's all they're saying. They got their 1 win for the season, and they're done, all right? Give me the Browns to win on the road. Steelers at Chargers, man. I'm going to take the Steelers to win on the road. The Chargers are really banged up. Joe Alt is officially done for the year, which means TJ Watt's probably about to have a legacy game this game against Justin Herbert. Give me the Steelers on the road. Lastly, a big game. The Eagles and the Packers. The Packers have been too up and down for me, man. Give me the Eagles. They're kind of starting to find their stride, find their rhythm. I like the Eagles to win this game on the road, man. Those are my predictions for this weekend. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's move on to the halftime speech.
The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins. There's a difference. Right? There's a difference.
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it. I'm putting my heart in this dog. Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Lord, this one inside your heart and find out who you really are. Make sure you look at your teammates today and you come out and you give pure hell today. This team ain't ready for us. Let's prove that they ain't ready for us. Oh, get in here. Let's go. Get in here right now. Get in here. Hey, we got 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. 30 minutes for the rest of our lives.
Halftime speech, man. You already know the drill. A little nugget to help you get through the rest of your day, week, month, whatever it is. Hopefully, I could say something that really, a lot of spark under you, motivate you a little bit, and push you through, man, whatever it is you're going through. And I want to say this, man. A lot of y'all that watch are close friends, family members, stuff like that. If you're ever going through something, holla at the Diz, please, okay? You know what I'm saying? Shoot me a text. Just a lot's been going on in the world, and the last thing I want anybody around me to feel is that they're alone, all right? But I'm going to read a little scripture, all right? I'm going to do a little preaching this time, all right, for the halftime speech, man. And this verse I'm about to read comes in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 7, man. And it says, it's not important who does the planting or who does the watering. What's important is that God makes the seed grow, man. A lot of us think that, we have ideas, we have goals, we have plans, but because nobody is investing in us, or nobody believes in us or supporting us, or maybe people gonna think that's stupid, people gonna think that's corny, people gonna think this and that, we just gonna leave it around. Man, if God puts an idea in your head, a goal in your mind and your heart, plants that seed, he is 1000% gonna make it grow, man. So whatever it is that you have in mind that you want to do, that you want to attack, do it, man, and trust and believe that God is going to pull you through every single time, and it's going to propel you, and it's going to help you reach your goals time and time again, man. It doesn't matter if it takes a day, a month, a year, whatever the case. God is not going to leave a single prayer unanswered, and he's not going to leave without growing everything that he's meant to grow in your life, man. So believe that, man, going into the weekend and going into this next week. And yeah, that's about all I got. All right. Shoot. What else I want to talk about? I guess I'll talk a little bit about how my first play-by-play experience went. The show's over, all right? I got nothing else football-wise, so if you want to dip right now, appreciate you for stopping by and for watching this log. But my first play-by-play experience, it was fun. It was cool. It was definitely something different. If you did watch, shout out to all of y'all who did watch. I know that it might not have been the most pleasant thing to listen to, especially because I'm up there rambling. I'm up there sometimes losing my train of thought and just saying dumb shit, saying random shit, So shout out to everyone who watched and supported and showed love, man. Shout out to, again, Miss Tish Price and Coach Corey Minor, who allowed me to do that. If you were paying attention, then you know that midway through the third quarter, my damn laptop died, so I had to cut the damn stream off. But that's why I did it. I did it to not to be perfect right away and not to hit a home run right away, but it was to just say, okay, I know what to expect next time. I know how to be better. I'm going to watch it back and see, okay, this is how I can be a little more funny and be a little more, have it flow better and things like that. But, it was a great experience, man. And I'm happy I did it. And again, shout out to everyone who watched and supported, man. Coming up this week, I ain't got shit. I ain't going to lie. I ain't got shit. All right, let me be real. All right. I partied a little hard this past weekend, all right? Friday, had the game, had play-by-play, and then, Ahmad, we happy that the boys won, made the playoffs in the last game of the season. It was senior day, all that good stuff. And so we in the tailgate party, and we ain't leave Ahmad till like midnight. Had to be up at 6 to be at work at 8:30 in the morning, all right? Worked a full 8.5-hour shift. Came home, threw a Halloween party at my house because, the parents and everybody was gone, So, the party still jumping, come on, my man, home. And so, through the party, motherfuckers was throwing up, passing out, acting a fool. I ain't go to bed till like 4 in the morning, Saturday, and then had to be at work at 9. So we talking about only 3 hours of sleep from Saturday to Sunday, right? Go to work Sunday, work my shift, come home, got to clean up because if mom get back home and the house a mess, that's going to be my ass. I'm going to be a 22-year-old motherfucker getting grounded, all right? PlayStation taken away and everything, all right? So I come back, I'm cleaning for hours. I look up, and it don't look like I did a damn thing, all right? It looked like still dirty as shit. So that means I got to wake up early on Monday and clean some more, clean for hours again. Then went to work at 12:45. Didn't get back home till about 10:30. All right, so your boy is tired. All right, he's trying to catch up on some sleep. I mean, I'm in my pajamas right now. I ain't gonna get up, but I didn't do shit. I ain't done shit. And I ain't doing shit. All right, so this week I won't have no pregame interview, nothing like that. But I'm hoping to get a little rejuvenated, get hydrated and get some sleep in me so that next week I'm good to go and I could attack that a little bit better. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Again, I appreciate everybody for supporting me, man. Again, spread the word, spread the videos out, man. If you know people that are fans of teams I talk about, I try to talk about different teams, different players each week. But if you know people that would enjoy this type of stuff, man, please share it with them and make sure they hit that subscribe button. At 350 subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway. We're trying to hit that by the end of the football season. Now, high school football is almost done. Okay. College is not that far from being done. So we're going to talk about NFL. All right. After Super Bowl. That's when this ends for me. All right. Hopefully we hit 350 by then, man. Lord willing. And yeah, just stay tuned. I have another video for you real soon.